My older son turned 18 yesterday, so to celebrate this major milestone, I figured we'd go on a pub crawl. I'm English, so a pub crawl to me is a bunch of old pubs down the street, and you go from one to the other. Well, this is Winnipeg, so I'm not really sure a pub crawl is a thing you can do. So I had to do a little bit of planning and a little bit of jiggery pokery to find out if that was possible. I ended up making a list of all the micro breweries in Winnipeg. Figured that a microbrewery would be sort of more like a traditional pub, and was flabbergasted to find that there was tons of them here in Winnipeg. Clearly the Manitobans like their beer, or at least their craft beer. So yeah, I made a massive list and then tried to figure out what was where and what could possibly be within walking distance. I eventually narrowed it down to 5 that were all within like a 7.5 kilometre circumference, if you will. But then you've got to figure out when they open. Some open later than others. You can't do them in a certain order. So then I drew lots of arrows and numbers, and you know, it kind of makes sense. Clearly I know which pub I'm going to first. Here it is, the plan. Oxus, Talk, Half Pints, one great city, ending up in Barnhammer. So here's the route we're going to take. After a pint in Oxus, we'll walk up to Talk Brewing. From there, it'll be a little bit of a meander down to Half Pints. A simple L will take us to one great city, and then sneaking through Polo Park Mall and the back streets there, we'll end up at Barnhammer. So with me, I'm going to be taking my trusty field message book. It's from the Canadian National Defence for the use of field unit officers and non-commissioned officers, neither of which I am, but who can resist a gridded notepad? Not me. Of course, a pen to write in it, a spare pen of course, just in case that one runs out, and this is still COVID-19. There are social distancing measures in place at all these places, so of course we'll be taking hand sanitizer and my trusty face mask. Alright, first port of call for today is Oxus Brewery Tap Room. So let's see what this is all about. Delicious. Ahead of us here is the only hill you're going to see in Manitoba. So rare footage of something that's not flat. I think I'm going to go up there. Ah. Eat your heart out, British Columbia. We are at the peak of Winnipeg summit. What a view. Okay. Next pub is over there somewhere. Incredibly, we actually got a little bit lost, which is not to be unexpected, but over there is Talk Brewery, and this will be our second port of call for drinks today. We had to navigate a ton of social distancing, arrow following, and you know, a chain over the thing to stop us from going in, and seat selection and all that kind of stuff. But I ended up selecting this beauty from Talk. It's lemon grab, so the only thing I can say is put you in my oven. So this one, this Torque lemon grab, unfortunately tastes like washing up liquid. Alright, we made it to our third stop in the illustrious neighbourhood of somewhere in Winnipeg, to Half Pints Brewing Company. Let's give it a shot. So I have a book about a lager here. My favourite beer. Holy smokes, I'm not going to read that. Gross. It's like vinegar with a cucumber in it.
There's 1 second left.
Yeah. So here we are at number 4. One Great City. Now I've had their beer before and it wasn't too good. So we'll see what selection they've got in this place. Now that looks nice. But at this place we also got a not so drunk or yet to be drunk Tom. So there you go, it's got vegetables in it, so it's good. That is the biggest mint leaf I think I've ever seen. Oh, living vicariously through my son, who has fish and chips with real malt vinegar. The only way to go. I'm a glutton for punishment here, but look at that Moscow Mule. Falcon Punch. For the last little stretch, yeah, we've got to go through Polo Park shopping mall. So we're going to follow the arrows.
Alright.
The last one, Barnhammer. So I'm a bit sozzled, it's hot. We're looking forward to that last one, and then we can say that this was a success. Nothing on the glass. But we get to sit here in this environment. Honestly, I'm not looking forward to swigging that last little chug there, but that's what we're here for. Oh God, revolting. I'm just going to call home so that we have a lift to get back. Yeah. Maybe not. We made it back safely. It's the next day. So let's rank the beers from least crap to crap. Oxus Alt beer was really the best one. Second one I had right at the beginning. And yeah, that was delicious, smooth, very, very refreshing. And then of course you go down the list and you end up with that horrible washing up liquid one at the bottom. Nice name, but God, that was awful. But really, out of all of them, I would sit in One Great City on their patio and I would drink Falcon Blonde until I fell off the chair. So although it wasn't the best tasting one out of all of them, I think this one is a clear winner. But it's not about the beers, it's about who you go with. And I really had a great time with my lad. Wonderful day, wonderful drinks, wonderful conversation, wonderful weather. It was absolutely brilliant. Thoroughly enjoyed it.